So here I am on an early Saturday morning, not too early. I decided to go ahead and get up and go ahead and deal with this pig fat. We had recently butchered two pigs, and I want to go ahead and get the fat. Look at Mr. Brown. I didn't even know he was there. He's always somewhere. Get out my kitchen, Mr. Brown. No animals in the kitchen. So I wanted to go ahead and take this fat and render it down and make lard. I have my cup of coffee. I have my worship music going. And what I'm doing right now over the sink with the fat is I'm actually washing it. Yes, I'm washing it off, rinsing it off, getting anything up there that shouldn't be. Pigs or hogs, they do have hair. And so during the process, and things just still linger around, I should say. And so I wanted to go ahead and get that fat washed off and make sure there was no hair or anything lingering around. So I just continued to do that. I had about 6 Ziploc bags full of fat. I only end up, I believe, doing about 2 packs. I still have some more bags of fat that I want to render, but I'm going to save that for a later time. This is a process, as you'll see. And so now that I got it all rinsed off, I'm going to now take some of the meat out, which I'll give to my dogs, because I'm trying to render, I just want the lard. It's not about the actual meat. And so you'll see in the fat that there's some meat that you'll find in there. And so what I do is I cut it out and I would give it to the dogs. We have multiple dogs, and so they will enjoy that snack. And so now what I'm doing is I'm cutting up this fat into little chunks. I'm trying to get the chunks to be even.
Never fail.
I cut myself. I realized at that point when I started, I cut myself, y'all. Oh my gosh, I felt like so clumsy when I cut myself. But anyways, I bandaged myself up, grabbed the glove, and proceeded to cut the fat. And what I wanted to do was get it into a size where they were like evenly sized in order for them to render down evenly, if that makes sense. And so that's what I was doing. And so I'm doing this in a crock pot. I saw plenty of videos and people did them different ways, and I did like the method of using the crock pot, and so that's what I did. It seemed like it was less aggravation, less spills, less ways for it to burn, because you don't want it to burn, things like that. So I went ahead and I cut these this fat into these pieces. There goes my girl Jovita. She's always on my screen. She is such an amazing worship leader. My daughter joined me in the kitchen. She has been helping me throughout the day, but now she's cleaning up the belly because we're going to make bacon with that. So what she was doing is she was doing the same thing that I was doing with the fat, and she was washing it up, and look at my son, one of my handsome sons, and there goes my other handsome one. He just likes to look at himself. That's what it looks like. So here's the fat. This is when I realized that the video is out of order, and I wasn't going to go back to fix it. So act like you don't see that part just yet. Oh my gosh, I don't know how this mix-up happened, but it happened. And so as you can see, the fat is in the pot. I started off high, and then I go down after half an hour to low. That's what I was showing you. Bye-bye, Damone. So here I am, now that we're back in order. I was plugging up my crock pot and grabbing, the insert with the fat that I had chopped up and put inside. And so what I do here now is I add a cup of water. Adding the water helps to start the process, and it helps it not to just burn right away. So it helps the process. Cover it. Leave it on high. I think I left it on high for about a half an hour, and then I came back and I had turned it down low. Here I am just checking to see what we got going down here, and as you all can see, it's beginning to render out. I turn it down low. I sound like I'm just like a broken record because it's out of sync. And so now that some has rendered down, here I am scooping up the rendered fat that is basically turning into lard. I'm scooping that out, and I'm putting it in a bowl first. I'm going to put it in a bowl first because I'm going to be doing this throughout the day. I started this process once I put it on high, the process of it being in the crock pot and actually rendering was about noontime. And so here I am scooping it out and using a strainer so that I don't get anything that I missed inside the actual glass mason jar. And so this took all day. I think I was done around 8 p.m. and I was only done because I wanted to be done. But here's what it looked like. This is what is called the first render. So this was my first render. I rendered the fat all the way to this point. You see how far down it went. And you see, because of the color, I could have kept going, but I didn't. But also here is when I noticed that with my first render, I got some liquid in there. But as you all can see, it's starting to solidify, so I got it. Proud to say I made lard for the very first time from the pigs that we raised. We are Po Folk living. See you next time.